Hello everybody and welcome back to Zooming into Scripture. Today we will be exploring the history of Christianity in Thailand up to the present time. And if you are Thai watching this video, I would love to hear whether you have been exposed to Christianity at all in Thailand and what you think Thai people generally think about it. So you might be wondering why I chose Thailand out of all of the countries to do this video on. Well, I have a personal connection to Thailand. Not only have I been there many times and spent a lot of time there, my wife is Thai. So I have experienced Thai culture thoroughly. I've seen a lot of Thailand and always have a great time there. The people are amazing. And I have seen some elements of Christianity sprinkled throughout Thailand. And though very small, I wanted to see what the actual history of Christianity was in Thailand. All right, so enough talk. Now let's get to why you clicked on this video. And let's start with some basic facts. So Thailand was formerly known as Siam before June 23rd, 1939. And it is a country located in Southeast Asia that borders Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia. Religiously, Thailand is Buddhist by vast majority, with the US Department of State.gov reporting in 2023 that 92.5% are Buddhist, with 5.4% being Muslim and 1.2% being Christian. And this is abundantly clear to anyone who has been to Thailand, as Thai culture and identity are very much linked to Buddhist tradition. And no matter where you go, you will see beautiful temples, where it be in the North Chiang Mai, Southern Phuket, the former capital of Thailand, or Siam, Ayutthaya, or the bustling city of Bangkok, of course. In Ayutthaya, however, this is where the story of Christianity in Thailand begins. Ayutthaya was the capital of the kingdom until it was destroyed by the Burmese, modern-day Myanmar, or Myanmar now, in 1767. But roughly 200 years before this, in the 1500s, Portuguese missionaries, mercenaries, and merchants first arrived to the city, and with them, their Catholic faith. The early history of Christianity in Thailand is very sparse, but their arrival resulted in a Portuguese settlement in Ayutthaya that, quote, was built to spread Christian ideals and to be the community center. Presently, there still remains the ruins of the San Pedro Church, known as St. Dominic's Church, in the Ayutthaya period. It was the first Dominican church built in Thailand in 1540, located almost in the center of the Portuguese settlement. The area is about 2,400 square meters along the east to west facing the Chao Phraya River, end quote. But this whole settlement was destroyed in 1767 by the Burmese, along with the rest of Ayutthaya. But in fact, descendants from Portuguese and Thai from this period still exist and have a small community in Bangkok to this day. But Western and Christian influence really started to change during the reign of King Narai, who reigned from 1656 to 1688. He is known for fostering diplomatic and commercial relations with numerous foreign powers, including European states. During his reign, Christian influence grew significantly, largely due to increased contact with French missionaries and diplomats. King Narai welcomed the arrival of the French Jesuits and allowed them to build and establish missions, which introduced Western education, science, and technology alongside religious teachings. He maintained a particularly close relationship with the French king, who was very close to the king, leading to cultural exchanges and attempts to convert the Thai court to Christianity. While Narai himself remained Buddhist, his openness to Christianity and growing foreign influence led to a lot of controversy within the Thai court. And though a lot can be said historically about this time in Thailand, I would like to stay more on the subject of this video, but it is important to bring up a man named Falcon, as he is very important to the following events. So I'll give a brief overview about him. Falcon was a Greek adventurer who quickly became fluent in Thai and held great influence in the king's court, to the envy of others. But it would seem he had other schemes in his mind. And so now I'm just going to bring up this from Wikipedia to give you kind of an understanding about the complexity of this, as he is important to what happened, but also kind of a controversial figure. Now on Wikipedia, we find this section kind of about his character, which is mentioned by someone who was in the French embassy to Thailand in 1685. And now I'm not going to read the whole quote, but I do find what is at the end interesting. He supported the Christian religion because it would support him, but I would never have trusted him in things in which his own advancement was not involved. I think this is very telling in his overall stance and relationship with Christianity, but also explains what happened next. And now we're going to get into the downfall and death area of the article, where, as I mentioned before, he held some esteem in the Thai court, as noted here, which would eventually prove to be his undoing, When King Narai became terminally ill, a rumor spread that Falcon wanted to use his designated heir as a puppet and actually become ruler himself. According to Thai historical records, this was in fact a credible claim. So when King Narai fell ill, it kind of created this perfect storm for this revolution in 1688. So once again, I'll give you guys kind of the basic overview, and Wikipedia kind of sums it up good. So we'll go back there again. And so this led to the overthrow of the pro-French Siamese King Narai. Peiracha, previously one of Narai's trusted military advisors, took advantage of the elderly Narai's illness and killed Narai's Christian heir, along with a number of missionaries and Narai's influential foreign minister, the Greek adventurer Constantine Falcon. So the reason for bringing up Falcon is he was kind of controversial. His effect on the Christian missionaries and churches in Ayutthaya were disastrous, because after this led to the kingdom being closed for 100 years and the French being expelled, and kind of changing the course, it would seem, of Thai history by being one of the reasons for the revolution. But this video isn't totally about history of, and especially not history of this event, so I don't want to dig into it too deep or analyze it too far, but I do want to emphasize its effects. Quote, "This led the missionary activities to disaster when the famous revolution of 1688 occurred. With the anti-French attitude, the new king persecuted all the Christians," end quote. "And they were either killed or expelled, with the country remaining closed for the next 100 years. So now, this kind of brings an end to this chapter of the history of Christianity in Thailand up to this point. Now we're going to fast forward to 1780, when under King Taksin, Thailand once again allowed French missionaries back into the country. Christian community in Thailand was exceptionally small at this time, with only an estimated 1,000 Christians in Bangkok, who were mostly descendants of the Portuguese mentioned earlier that intermarried with Thais. Even more, YWAMThailand.org states this, quote, "Protestant missionaries arrived in 1828, and the continuous residence of American missionaries dates from 1833. After 18 years, 22 missionaries had failed to make one convert." All right, that is just I've told this fact to a couple of people, and it's just kind of crazy. But all right, we'll continue. "But their non-religious impact was profound. They brought modern scientific knowledge in Western medicine to the country. In 1835, American missionaries set up the first printing press using the Thai alphabet," end quote. So now I'll tie in a little bit of a personal experience that relates to this quote. One of the times I was in Thailand, I had to go to the hospital, not for anything serious, but while I was there, I saw it was a Catholic hospital, and I saw, there was a lot of history kind of telling the story of the hospital and how far it went back and its impact. And this is common for a lot of Thailand. Like my wife, for example, most encounters she had with Christianity were through either hospitals or education. There are a lot of private Christian schools, Catholic schools in Thailand, and this is where a majority of Thai people will interact with it. So what you may have gathered from that last quote is missionary efforts in Thailand have not been very successful. Though they have brought Western medicine, technology, and some other good things that have improved the life of Thais, the religious aspect has not hit very well. And in fact, to this day, as mentioned earlier, only 1.2% of the population is Christian. Historically, since the reopening of Thailand, as mentioned earlier, and also in that quote, not a lot has happened historically of note. Thailand allows religious freedom, so there are Christians in Thailand, and there are churches, as mentioned before. So what's really worth noting now is just how small the Christian community is in Thailand, and why that is the case. But that sounds like the topic of a great future video. So what I would like to see is, if you are Thai and you have some kind of opinion on this subject and you've made it through this video, I would love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Also, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you will be notified when future videos are posted. And thanks again for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the future.